one more thing. We are going places,
and you are not.
Well, actually, I'm going places right now.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
Hey, it's Goin Places.
What's up?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Yeah. You know, I'm gonna start this with like a little fanboying thing. You know, I've been listening to you guys for like years, and
Sweet.
you know, I actually discovered you guys through a label from SP Record in Japan.
Yeah.
Huh?
So the owner is my friend. His name is Yuki, right?
Yeah.
Yuki.
We know.
Yeah. So he just told me like, you know, you should check out this band. It's from Mutant Pop as well. Okay. So who is it? It's Goin Places. It was Relationship Sneakers, right?
Yeah, that was our second album.
Second album, yeah.
So I just got hooked up with that album, and then I'm totally a fan from that moment. So I tried to look something from you guys, but you guys were not really quite active back in the days, right?
You could say that, yeah. A little unactive.
Periods of activity.
Yeah.
So what happened actually?
Here and there.
Yeah, it's about every 9 or 10 years between albums.
So what happened actually between your on and off moments?
Life.
Yeah, we just did a lot of stuff going on, you know.
Yeah, you know, we always, you know, are hanging out and talking about doing a new album and stuff, but I don't know, stuff gets in the way, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we never really grew as a, you know, larger band, you know, so life gets in the way, but we always still love the band and we never intended to stop playing, you know, it just kind of happened like that. We've always been great friends throughout the years. That's the consistent thing with us. So
Yeah.
Correct. Whether we were making music or just hanging out, you know,
Yeah.
we were always still around each other, and we still wanted to, you know, like you said, we all at one point said we wanted to keep making music. It just, things got in the way, or, you know, we started doing something and then something happened, but we're so happy that we were able to get this together. This is something that was years in the making, and it was something that I know you guys will agree we're very proud of. I mean, this I feel like this is one of our best things.
That's a sweet friendship moment right there. Like you guys are something on your recent YouTube videos, like, "Hi, we're going places," and you're not. What, is that always a catchphrase since day one? It's really amazing, actually.
Thanks.
Yeah.
That started in 2016, I think.
I see.
It kind of just happened. I don't know. One day I just said it, and
We liked it. We thought it was really funny, and you know, it makes us seem so like, you know, like we're big and popular, but we're not. But it just makes us feel good about ourselves, so we enjoy doing it.
Yeah, Richie likes to end every show with that line at the end of the last song.
Yeah.
You should like put it on your trademark, like always say that every interview, or like every people talk to you, like, "We're going places." You're not. That's really cool.
It's on. We did a 7-inch in December, and I think the A side says "We are going places," and then when you flip it onto the B side, it says "And you are not."
yeah, better things to do.
Yeah.
All right.
And we actually we did a Christmas show at
Mom's
basement, and that's how we ended the show.
John.
Also. We did. We said that line, so you know it's catching on. I guess. I mean, if we have to, we'll do it.
Yeah.
It's not a problem.
No problem.
You just like print it on a T-shirt, like it's going to sell well, I guess.
Maybe
Going places.
Yeah, on the front we are going places, and on the back
You're
you
not.
are
It's a good idea, actually.
Yeah.
Things that I wouldn't know.
When we print those shirts, we're gonna send you the first one.
Yeah.
All right. How did you get into Tim to put out your stuff back in the days?
Gee,
It was a long time ago.
it's going back. I don't even remember specifically. I mean, I'm guessing that I mean, it was so long ago, so we weren't like emailing MP3s or anything like that. So I'm assuming that I sent him our first 2 demos. And I do remember talking with him a lot on AOL Instant Messenger. If you
remember that? I don't know.
Of course.
Yeah.
I've been using that.
So I remember talking with him a lot on there, and he, you know, he liked the demos, I guess, and right, that was around the time we had recorded the first album. But he said, like, you know, the album is not really what he was looking to put out on one of those short runs, because those were just like small little releases. So he said, do the album with somebody else, and we ended up doing that with Cold Front. But I think originally, I don't know if you remember, Richie, I think originally he wanted to maybe release some songs from the demos, but we didn't like the way they sounded, so we tried to re-record them and make them better, and they still kind of sound like shit anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
But it was better than the original demos. But and actually on our Mutant Pop, I believe, that's when we have the medley.
The Beatles.
The
Yeah.
Beatles,
Yeah, the medley.
Fine, our Beatles medley there.
Yeah.
Beatley Medals.
That's it. I couldn't say it right
Yeah.
there. And,
It's funny that, I mean, we're proud to be on Mutant Pop, and I wish we could have recorded something better for it. But it's funny that that's the thing we get asked about the most, and that's the thing that people seek out the most. And it's probably our worst, not probably, definitely.
Yeah,
quality
and
wise.
it's various different studio recordings too. It's not just one consistent one.
Yeah.
So it's a mess.
And it was limited too. That's why it's hard to find.
I hate warm up.
How come?
That's what it was called, a warm up. That was called, right? Goin Places warm up. That's what.
But was it life changing to be on Mutant Pop back in the days?
It got our name out there.
Yeah, I would say it definitely was a positive step. I don't know, I wouldn't know about life changing, but it was definitely something that set us in the right direction, if you want to say it that way. Yeah. And
I mean, I was into the label, and I used to read the newsletters that he put out. Like, I was a big Dirt Bike Annie fan.
Oh yeah.
Boris the Sprinkler and stuff. So it was cool to have something on there. You know, I just like we always say, we wish it was something a little bit better sounding, but we're still proud of it. And you know, even now, you go on Waterslide's website when Kazu's mentioning our new album, and the first thing he talks about, Mutant Pop Records back with a new album. So you know, anything that people remember us by is cool.
I will say I like the cover.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool. Our ugly mugs.
You want to know something? I'll tell you a funny story. Speaking of the cover, a couple of months ago, like, a lot of people were emailing us asking if we had any more copies of it, and we don't. And I reached out to Tim and I said, do you have any more copies of this? Because we're getting all these emails, people are looking for it. And he said, no, he goes, all I have are the inserts, like the jackets from it. He goes, I don't have any CDs. I don't have any blank CDs. I don't have those little vinyl flaps anymore. And he goes, but I could send you some of the jackets if you want. And I said, all right, yeah, I guess. This was like 6 months ago. And then I never heard from him. And like 2 days ago in the mail, I got this huge package of like 200 inserts.
Really? I didn't know.
Yeah, warm up. So I'm going, what the fuck am I going to do with these? So we have these now. We don't have any CDs. We don't have any flaps.
But if you want the jacket, we can give you one.
Do you think that it's really American centric? Because, like, you know, you have your new album on Waterslide Records, and like there are like tons of great pop punk bands in like Asia or like in Europe or whatsoever. Do you think that like the whole scene in the bubble is like way too Western centrist right now?
I don't know. I mean, I could say that around here, there's not a huge amount of. I mean, am I right saying this?
Like here locally by us.
Yeah, locally by us, there's nothing. But I'm not even just talking about like in America, I guess. Yeah, there are a lot of big bands that we like. Like, I mean, I know I like Teenage Bottle Rocket and you know, stuff like that. But there's not. I don't see a scene like maybe like 20 years ago. Maybe there was a much bigger scene. When, like, the end of the Lookout era, where you're talking about bands like Mr. T, the Queers, Screeching Weasel, stuff like that. There was definitely a much different kind of feel in that scene. Where, I mean, it could be we're older also, and maybe we're just not into the younger scene. But it's maybe there's something we're missing. But I definitely think it's not as that type of community that it was then. If that makes sense.
But I think the people that are still into it now are maybe more passionate about it now than like Victor said a long time ago. But also it's so different now with social media. Like you're connecting with people that you weren't connecting with before. You know what I mean? Like before it used to be you only knew the people that you would see at the shows in your area. Now you're talking. Now we're talking to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We weren't
12 hours away.
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's so everything I think has changed. I mean, like to Frank's point, we would hand out cassettes to the same kid every week because that was the only person that came to our shows at one point. Where now we have the advantage of being able to speak to someone on the other side of the world, in an instant. It's so different. I mean, if you would have told me we'd be able to do something like this, I would have thought this is like the Jetsons to me. You know what I mean? Where like we're talking on a TV to each other. It's so weird, but that's how it is. It's crazy.
I think there's a good scene out there too. It's just the quantity is smaller, but we're widespread. It would be great if somehow we can all come together.
Yeah.
Like if you could get, like Richie always says, if you could get a fest of everybody that's into this music in one place, it would be a fucking awesome show. But instead, we're all playing shows to like 10 or 15 people spread out across the whole world.
Exactly. If you can get like 4 major cities to host and just have like the same bands play, I think we get a lot of people.
Yeah.
I mean, I would love something like that, but
it's really fascinating that you guys are one of those bands who utilize the internet and technology so well. Like you have your own website, you are working out with your socials, So do you think it's really important about the whole internet and technology for the pop punk bubble?
Yeah, I think definitely, because like we said, if we were just trying to build a following based on the people that were close to us here in Staten Island, there's nothing. You know what I mean? Like, people just don't come out to the shows, and we'd be playing to like small crowds. So it's very important to us to do stuff like this and to do stuff on the internet and the website and whatever we could do to social media. And that's why we were so psyched to hook up with Waterslide, because that's getting our record out to so many different people. And like, it's crazy. I see it now. Like every morning when I get up and I check Instagram, we have new followers from Japan and stuff. So it's
all over.
It's working. You know what I mean? It's cool. Yeah.
So that's really awesome. I mean, like you guys really have some love in Japan, because when I toured there, I talk about, I love some Mutant Pop bands, like Cletus and Goin Places. Oh, Goin Places, poppy punk rock. They always say that. Wow. That's always the same thing. This song is not about a girl. Is it actually a twist about relationship sneakers? But because when I heard it, it's actually like have a little bit the same part with relationship sneakers. Is it intentionally, or like what is it about?
Well, it's not exactly intentional. It's I mean that it sounds like relationship sneakers, but the premise of the song is that we back in the day, like in the mid 2000s, like the early to mid 2000s, we got a lot of shit about writing too many songs about girls.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so exactly. So this song was written, just to say, all right, well, this song is not about a girl, and we still found a way to mention girl about like 30 times, even though it's not about a girl. So
we got you.
Yeah, that's really awesome.
That's our response. And then the music being similar is just coincidental. It wasn't purposely written that way.
But it works for that song, because the song is saying like the song says all of our songs sound the same, and everybody else's band's songs sound the same. So it works out that
we're comfortable with it.
Yeah.
We're not hiding it. I mean, it's like we're playing pop punk. We're not reinventing anything. We're just doing something that we know we like, and that's it.
In fact, when Richie first showed us that song, that was while we were working on songs for Relationship Sneakers, and we practiced it a few times when we were working on that album, but we ultimately decided, like you said, they sound they sound very similar. So we said, let's not put them both on the same album. So we saved it, and now it's on the new album.
It happens right there.
9 years later.
Yeah.
There's a song that I really like from your new album. It's called "I Don't Know." It's really great.
Oh, yeah.
The intro is kind of like, it's kind of different from what you guys do. Like you always do like straightforward pop punk, like 3 chords. But in that song, you put like like plug in like some classical stuff right there. Is it good? Like, is it like you try to be different on this album? Like, was it intentional, or like I just write what I want with this album? Because as you know, some of the pop punk bands always write the same formula, as you said. But for this album, did you have any plan to do it differently, or?
No, not necessarily. The story about that particular song is all the music for that song was written a long time ago, probably in the year 1999, I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's real long.
Yes, exactly. But the words were not written yet, and the structure of the song wasn't finalized. So I remember, though, when I was 19 years old, writing that and the music, and I just was playing around with finger picking at the time, and it just came out, and I pressed record on my cassette recorder, because that's what I used back then to record song ideas. And you know, all these years later, I had it, and I'm like, you know, this is pretty cool. We should use this and edit, because it has enough parts of it that are still, you know, our style, and just those other finger picking parts are a little different. But it wasn't on purpose. Like, we didn't say we wanted to put this on the record just to be different. It just happened that way, you know.
And I think it sounds great. I mean, I know it's ours, and it sounds a little funny, but I think it just came out great.
Yeah, but I remember hearing Richie's demo of that the first time, and like that stood out to me, probably of all the songs. Like, that one was like, wow, this is different, but I love, you know, not to the point where like, this is different, we can't do it, just like, this is different and great. One of those.
So Save the World is actually out everywhere now, right? In Europe, America, and Japan. So it's,
there you go.
Oh, you're preparing that. You're prepared.
But in Japan, you got that one.
Yeah, the classic water slide packaging. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
With OB strip.
Go out and grab one, guys. If you can.
So
yeah, actually, does Waterslide get their stuff in stores in Japan? Some people told me. Oh wow, okay.
So when I went there, I actually saw my CD on like record store shelf.
That's cool.
So it was surprising, you know, like in Indonesia, I never had that kind of thing, you know, like I always sold my CD like through mail order or like meeting guys, you know. And then when I went to Japan, people like recognized me, like, oh, you're from Saturday Night Karaoke. Yeah, I bought your CD in Disc Union. It's mind blowing. It was mind blowing.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I remember when we had our album, Girl Songwriting 101, we were in a couple of major chains. One of them was called Version Megastore, which isn't even around anymore. But it was like, at the time, it was like this huge like record store. And I was in Florida, just happened to be in Florida, and I went into the Virgin Megastore and I found our album and I took a picture of it. I'm like, we're in a real record store, man. And then I went to New York and in the city in Manhattan, and I saw it there also, and I bought that one. But it was just, I was like, look, I'm buying my own CD in a real store. Like, it was, you know, I was like 22, 23 years old. Like, it was like the greatest thing. Like, like I'm in a real record store next to Green Day in the same G's, you know? It's like pretty cool.
You know, it's too early to say this, but do you have anything coming after Save the World? Do you plan something up?
Well, songwriting has started.
Oh, that's fast.
But I mean, don't have any, you know.
No plans yet in the sense of you're going to start recording. We still have to come up with some stuff.
That's a good sign for us, though. It's quicker than usual, so.
Yeah, hopefully.
And plus, it won't, you know, since we take so long between the two albums, even if we did it in 5 years, we're still way ahead of schedule.
Yeah. And we intended this to be 7 years, because we had this finished in 2019, but
it just took a while.
And then with everything going on the past year, obviously things slowed down a lot, but we had it recorded already in 2019.
2019.
Yeah. So this has been recorded and it's 2 years in the making, so we're very happy it's finally out.
The title Save the World, believe it or not, it's not related to the pandemic at all. This happened before the pandemic, and it was our point of view that the world needed to be saved even back then. So.
Yeah, 2 years ago, this was an idea. And then it's just everything that happened. It kind of, it's a coincidence, but it worked out, I guess.
Okay, cool. So this is the last question from me for tonight there, or like this morning in here. So, please tell me the reason why should you play pop punk? Why?
Why do we play pop punk?
Yeah, why?
Why? I mean, I would say, why not? You know what I mean? These are the kind of, these are the kind of songs, I'm not even talking about our songs. Like, I was listening to the Mangers the past few days, and my kids are so young, they're singing along to the songs. You know what I mean? These songs are, and I'm not talking about ours, but this genre, they're so simple, they're so catchy. It's like, I remember Ben Weasel talking about like when he used to write songs with Vapid, and he would say that they were trying to write like children's nursery rhymes. You know what I mean? Like just so simple and catchy. And that's what these songs are like. They get stuck in your head, and it's fun music. So, you know what I mean? You want to have a good time.
Yeah, I agree, Frank. It's just something, you know, we're older than, you know, and I guess just, it doesn't matter. I'm still into the same music that I was in when I was in high school. And some will say I'm immature, but at the same time, it's because my music taste is still pretty much the same. You know, I like Frank said, I like the catchiness of pop punk. I love the, you know, and you could sing along to anything. You know, most choruses are repeated, but it's easy repeated stuff that you're going to remember and catch on. And I like that. I need easy, quick. I don't like long, drawn out stuff.
Like short and sweet, right?
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
What about you?
Yeah, for me, back, I don't know, just going back to like high school days, I really love Green Day, of course, and the Beatles too. And you won't believe this, but pop punk reminds me of the early Beatles. Not exactly the same, of course, but it's just the simplicity and the harmonies and the melodies. A lot of it is very similar. If you take a early Beatles song and just make it faster, like we did on our old demo, Fingerboard Road, there's a lot of similarities there. And it just, for me, I just love harmonies and melodies that work well together. And that's why I love pop punk.
Can I ask you a question before we wrap up?
Sure.
So I've had this split that you did. You see this?
Oh my God, that band on the top really sucks.
So I want to ask you something. I know that you're a huge Ergs fan, and I'm a big Ergs fan too. The fifth, or I think it's your third song on here. What is it? The Rama Free Youth.
Oh yeah.
Were you inspired? You know their EP, the Ben Queller EP?
Yeah, I know that.
Okay. The song, obligatory song about killing one's girlfriend.
Yeah.
Your song always reminds me of that one, and that's my favorite Erg song.
I see. Yeah, that's a cool song.
Did you get it from there?
Actually, the title comes from their split from Measure as A, the Drama for Youth. There's a song about that.
No, but I'm saying like the music to
the
your
music?
song, like the opening, the chords just reminded
the chords?
me. Yeah.
I'm not quite sure where it came from, but I don't know. Probably it wasn't the Ergs.
Oh, all right. Okay. it always reminds, because that's my favorite Erg song. So when I heard your song, I was like, oh, I wondered if you got it from there.
No, I think it was from something else. But the title actually came from the split by the Ergs with Measure as A. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Drama for Youth song.
Nice. So there's a connection.
The song is called Across the Room. Saw you there across the room, a millisecond of track, eyes were making contact. Went by so fast, but then I knew you were a possibility.
I saw you there across the room, another point of contact, momentarily distract. Went back to back, and then I knew that you and I could maybe be.
Looked at me, I looked at you, but never said a word that night. And now you're gone, what can I do? My eyes will travel somewhere I saw you there across the room. Our eyes locked on each other, didn't find another. Went by so fast, but then I knew you were a possibility.
To me, I looked at you, never cared a word that night. But now you're gone, what can I do? My eyes will travel somewhere new.
I saw you there too.
Nice.
All right, that was fun, guys. Do you want to do another one?
Yes,
Yeah,
please.
so,
yes, more.
Cell phone?
Yeah, Cell Phone Girl is good for me.
So this song is from our new album, Save the World, and it's about obnoxious people who can't get off their cell phone.
Get off your phone, dude.
Oh, all right, sorry.
Jerk.
All right, this song is called Cell Phone Girl.
Cell phone girl, you won't put your phone down. Cell phone girl, you make it crazy. Cell phone girl, you're hot but annoying too. Cell phone girl, you're sending emojis. Cell phone girl, you're talking for everyone. Cell phone girl, you're hot but I can't stand you. Ring, 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 you're driving me crazy. Talk, 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 you can't get them out. Just cell phone girl, I'm annoying one. Blah, 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 you're running everyone. Wah, 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 you're bitching about everything. Cell phone girl, talking, I'm hating you.
Cell phone girl, you're pissing on people. Cell phone girl, you're making a fucking scene. Cell phone girl, you look so your saving grace. Cell phone girl, you're almost out of battery. Cell phone girl, of course you got a USB cable. This we go for eternity, yeah. Ring, 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 you're driving me crazy. Talk, 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 you can't keep your mouth shut. Cell phone girl, we're an academic, yeah. Blah, 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 you're annoying everyone. Wah, 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 you bitch about everything. Cell phone girl, I'm fucking hating
Cell phone
you.
girl, fucking hating. Cell phone girl, fucking hating. Cell phone girl, fucking hating you.
Yay!
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Feeling like real shows right now.
There you go.
Your own personal show.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna do one more.
Yeah.
For, and this is from our album that came out on SP Records.
Yeah, it's actually this album right here,
There you go.
Relationship Sneakers.
And the song is called Relationship Seekers.
There you
Wow, really?
She was at the mall, she saw them there. Who knew what sneakers that I would wear? She didn't look twice, she bought them for me that night. She came home with a shopping bag. She said, try these on, she ripped up his head. I knew there was something she was trying to tell me, alright. She didn't miss a second, she pulled my juice. Then took a minute, grabbed and drove away, I passed her through. I said, wait a minute, I left my cards alone. And she said, whoa, oh, oh, relationship seekers. Whoa, oh, oh, you lace them up tight. Whoa, oh, oh, relationship seekers. You better put them on or you won't get late tonight.
I heard her on the phone talking with her friend, dressing him up as I'm playing Bobby and Ken. So let's go shopping and buy new clothes for my doll. Thought that she was only joking around, and then she gave me the bag from Arrow Pastel. She said, "Madness, no more t-shirts for you." I wore my shoes to practice, my friends said, "What are those?" I told them that my girlfriend bought me brand spanking new clothes. They asked me where my clothes were, I tried to change the subject, yeah. But they said, whoa, oh, oh, relationship seekers.
Whoa, oh, oh, you lace them up tight. Whoa, oh, oh, relationship seekers. Better put them on or you won't get laid tonight. Tonight.